You decided to close a credit card. Maybe you paid it off and didn't want the temptation anymore. Maybe the annual fee wasn't worth it. Maybe you were simplifying your finances and it just made sense at the time. And then your credit score dropped, and now you're wondering if you made a mistake. Here's the truth. Closing a credit card can hurt your credit score, and most people are never told this before they do it. Not by the bank, not by the person who suggested they pay it off. Nobody. So if you're sitting here, feeling blindsided, that's completely understandable. Let's walk through exactly why this happens. Your credit score is built on several factors, and two of them are directly affected when you close a credit card. Understanding both of them is the key to understanding why your score moved. The first one is credit utilization. This is the ratio of how much credit you're using compared to how much you have available. Lenders like to see this number low. Generally below 30% is considered healthy, and below 10% is even better. When you close a credit card, you eliminate that card's credit limit from your total available credit. And if you still carry balances on other cards, your utilization ratio just went up, sometimes significantly, even though you didn't spend anything new. The second factor is something called length of credit history. This one is a little more nuanced, but it matters. Your credit score takes into account how long your credit accounts have been open, including the age of your oldest account, your newest account, and the average age of all your accounts combined. When you close a card, especially one you've had for a long time, you affect that average. And if the card you closed was your oldest account, the impact can be even more pronounced because your longest credit relationship just disappeared from the active portion of your credit profile. Now here's something worth knowing. Closed accounts don't vanish from your credit report immediately. A closed account in good standing can remain on your report for up to 10 years, which means its age still contributes to your history during that time. But over the long term, once it eventually drops off, that history goes with it. So what does all of this mean if you've already closed the card and the damage is done? First, take a breath. A score drop from closing a credit card is real, but it is often temporary, especially if the main cause was a utilization spike. If you pay down the balances on your remaining cards, your utilization will come back down and your score will begin to recover. That's the most direct lever you have right now. Second, this is a good moment to look at the bigger picture of your credit profile. How many accounts do you have open? What is your current utilization across all of them? Is there anything else on your report that might be compounding the drop? Pulling your full credit report gives you a clearer picture of what's actually driving the number. Third, if you were thinking about closing any other cards, pause on that for now. Give your score time to stabilize before making additional changes that could compound the impact. And going forward, if you ever find yourself wanting to close a card again, consider the utilization math before you do it. If closing that card would significantly raise your utilization ratio, it may be worth keeping it open with a zero balance rather than closing it entirely. A card you don't use that stays open is still doing quiet, invisible work for your credit score. Closing a credit card felt like a responsible financial move, and maybe in every other way it was, but credit scores don't always reward what feels logical. And now you know exactly why. Here's a simple example. Say you have two credit cards. One has a $3,000 limit with a $100. Amburi sama, say di sam, and $1,000 the other has a $3,000 limit and you just paid it off and closed it. Before you closed it, your total available credit was $6,000 and your utilization was 25%. After you closed it, your total available credit dropped to $3,000 and your utilization jumped to 50%. Same balance, same spending, completely different picture, and your score reflects that.